What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else is cool.
Chunky! I didn't even say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yeah, we've almost made it to the end of the week, and we have one day left. And today's a big day. It is such a big day because I have Heather on. Hi, Heather. You're muted.
I know. I said I'm muted to myself. Hi, everybody.
How are you this evening?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am wonderful as well. Thanks for asking.
Well, today's a really special day.
It is.
I
It's
think
Thursday.
I think everyone in the chat knows what kind of a special day it is today. It is Colin's birthday. Happy birthday. And for the members, there should be a new birthday emoji. So I want to see you guys spamming that in the chat.
Thank you for creating that.
You're welcome. If you guys see, I'm like looking at my phone and trying to read the chat. Thank you. Isn't that special? Hi, everybody. Look at all the birthdays. Oh, the emoji kind of looks a little crappy. Anyway, hi. How was your birthday so far?
It's been a good day so far. It's I gotta watch some court, which I love doing. Somebody ordered me lunch, which was awesome, and yeah, now I'm gonna do a little live stream with you and a few friends.
And a few friends. That somebody who bought lunch was me, by the way. I'm taking full credit for that. Also, Sharky, I see you in the chat. I was saying this to Colin before the stream started because I know that you are an Akatar fan, and in order for me to have my laptop on my vanity at the right level, it's literally stacked on the entire series. So I thought you'd appreciate that. Because I don't have a proper streamer set up.
Well, you look great. So
Oh,
you look better than me, and I have a kind of a proper setup.
you're welcome.
Thanks.
And we just got a big and raid.
We just got big and raid already.
We didn't even start yet. Hi,
That is
Raiders.
awesome.
Come on in. All the Raiders that are coming in, it is Colin's birthday today. So make sure that you hit the like. And if you're a member, drop the birthday emoji and say happy birthday to Colin.
Big in. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, my friend. I got to go watch the last clip or two of your stream. I was hanging out there a little bit tonight. But yeah, Big and thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to the Raiders. We haven't started. You haven't missed anything yet. So, you want to watch some
Would you like to watch some court? I stole your line. I definitely want to watch some court.
Let's watch some court.
All right, let's do
Okay.
this.
We are going to start off with a Judge Middleton clip where we get a classic stop driving. I thought it would be perfect for today.
Love it.
Before we get into it, though, we have a 1-year celebration. We got another 1-year celebration today. Tammy, thank you so much for the 12 months. That is awesome. I do appreciate
Thanks, Tammy.
it. Thank you. And Annette, thank you so much for the happy birthday wish. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's my favorite channel too.
All right. Nanya, 10 gifted memberships right off the bat. Thank you so much, Nanya. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 10 new members. Nanya, that was extremely generous of you. That is awesome. Okay. Yeah, Judge Middleton. Let's go.
Let's go.
Michael Kurth. Yes. No. Did anybody show up for either the pre-trials? I had Vivian on standby and I let go.
me get myself organized here a little bit. Michael Todd Kurth.
I was muted. I said, while Judge is getting situated, Chris, thank you so much. May you be blessed with many more years and Cheshire Cats. You deserve them both. I absolutely deserve them both. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And we had a milestone, Angela, or not Angela, Angels.
Angels.
Thank you so much for the 1 month. That is awesome. And Sparkle Poots, quietly singing happy
Pootie!
birthday. You don't do anything quiet. You don't do anything quiet, Sparkle. I do not believe the quiet part.
We prefer Pootie to not be quiet.
Miss Orchid Blooms, thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate it. Welcome to the new member. Gregory, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Welcome to the family. That is awesome. And HCC, 13 months. 13 months. That is awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Okay. I think Judge is ready now.
Mr. Kurth, you're charged with driving suspended. Second offense, similar to the other one. You got a no op.
Yeah, I always pause for years. I always pause for the years. Nanya. Oh, hey, I had one of these too. Happy birthday. Thank you, Nanya. I appreciate it. That's awesome for the 12 years. 12 years. 12 months. Whoa, 12 years. Could you imagine? I might be doing this in 12 years. I don't know. But thank you so much, Nanya. I do appreciate it. And then Jedi with the 14. Thank you, Jedi.
In 2024, and you have $265 that you owe. Then you got a no valid ops, another one in possession, and you owe $475. That must have been Judge Pattison. And now you got this one from February of 25, alleging that you were driving with a suspended license. Let's see when and where this was. You keep hitting yourself in the head with a hammer because it feels so good when you stop.
Gotta love the Judge Middletonisms. Thank you. Barry Whitecat. Oh,
North
Cheshire
Main,
Cat.
Michigan Avenue and 3 Rivers, right at the main 4 at 5:28 a.m. That sounds like going to work kind of stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, driving suspended second is a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Carries 2 points on your license. It requires that your license be suspended. They cut you a break on 2 cases from 2024, and you haven't yet paid those fines.
I've been paying on them every chance I get it.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, that's true. He aged out. I don't know if this is federal or if it's just a state law, but once you're 70, I think it's 70, you can't run for a judge again. So he can't run.
Rude.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, he can't run. This is his last year. He's done after this year.
That sucks.
Yeah, we're
Happy
gonna
retirement, Judge Middleton.
we're gonna have to have some kind of party. I will definitely be going up for this December for his last month. We'll find a day.
There's a time payment thing here. I don't know when you made your last payment. Anyway, fines don't seem to work, so you could go to jail for this. And that may be enough to make you stop driving. How'd you get here?
I had a ride.
All right.
I got a call when they're leaving. They'll pick me up.
Who's that?
A friend of mine just dropped me off.
They're outside?
No, they
All
got to
right,
come
well,
back and
let's
get me.
make sure he didn't drive here. My recommendation, Mr. Kurth, is that we get a lawyer to help you with this. Yeah.
No, I think 70 is the age. I kind of, that sounds right, but I'm kind of just, guessing. But he's older than that. So you can't run for re-election once you hit the age limit, and I think it's 70. So, I mean, he's anywhere between like 70 and 72, if 70 is the right age, but I think it is 70.
been trying to get my license. I wasn't even driving at the time. The person jumped out of the car because the police were behind us. They took off running, so I took the car and.
Oh, well, don't tell me any more about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, this doesn't help.
yeah.
Oops, wrong case. 339. Are you working somewhere?
Yeah,
Where's that?
Bristol.
Well, you got better things to do than give me all your money, but this don't help. You owe $740 of unpaid fines. What? You
They dropped
dumb
me off
dumb.
up front.
What?
They dropped me off up front in the car right here. They said they were leaving.
Well, they said you drove here.
I got in the back seat.
We'll take a look at the video. You want to tell me the truth? You want to go to jail right
I don't want
now?
to go to jail.
What?
I go.
You dope.
I didn't have
Gee
no way to get here.
whiz.
I had no way to get here.
All right, don't say more about it.
I'll just call somebody, pick it up, come get me.
Yeah, jail is in your future, Mr. Kurth.
I'm not trying to, but I had to be here.
Yeah, don't even say any more about it.
You dumb. Not you, Adam. Skiz Rock.
Skiz Rock!
It is so good to see you, my friend. I miss you, man. I miss you. Hopefully you're
We
doing
miss
well.
you so much.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Hopefully you're doing awesome.
Found it in the
Like I
Lost
said,
and
you
Found.
and I have no
You did. I didn't even read it. Happy birthday. I saw this in the Lost and Found. I just wanted to drop it off. Thank you. Thank you so much for returning it. I do appreciate it.
Also, everybody, please make sure you check your pockets in the Lost and Found for all of the likes that we are missing on this stream right now.
Yes.
known each other a long time. Makes me feel bad that you lied to me twice. Dig the hole a little deeper.
I'm not lying to you about the other thing. I apologize.
See when you last made a payment on one of those.
19th.
Very good. All right, so you were making some payments. Your license isn't suspended, it is revoked.
Mhm.
Failed to display a valid license, 2024, drove while license. The other one, 2024. Then it goes way back to 2008. And back when you and I were dealing with each other, you got some drinking, driving stuff when you were.
All right. I don't know why. I thought this year was his last year. So we still have another year. That's good.
Just young.
I quit drinking.
You had 4 of them in short order.
Yep.
How long has it been? How long have you been sober?
Since 2008.
Well,
I quit drinking after that.
good for you, but it doesn't help when you keep driving.
I know.
And then you keep driving anyway. You're gonna drive to work tomorrow. You're gonna drive to Walmart for
No,
groceries. You're gonna drive
I
to,
had a ride, but then they got fired and I had no way to do anything. I didn't do my job. Supposed to be there now.
all right, a couple things. You did make your payment in March. The prosecutor had cut you a break on those other charges because it'd been so long. Now you got 3 in short order. You drove to court, lied about it. We could wipe out the fines with just a jail sentence. maybe 30 days or something, I could wipe out your fine. I'm sure you'd rather pay the fine than do the jail, but you ain't helping your cause by continuing to drive. An appoint an attorney. Set attorney pretrial for May 2nd. That day starting to fill up at 8:30. May it be warm by then. Stop driving, but keep making your payments.
Hello.
Yeah, that baggage is real old. The problem is, and I don't have any control over this, even though it was 20 years ago, the driver license appeal division still needs you to get a camel through the eye of a needle to get your license back. You gotta jump through a lot of hoops. They don't say, well, I waited 20 years and I haven't had a drink since 2008. If you were drinking the way you were then, you'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
So you got your life together, but you got this millstone around your neck of a suspended license, and you ain't making it any better by continuing to drive. All right. You go out to the counter and get a lawyer, and you call somebody to come get you, unless you'd like to get arrested for driving suspended on your way home, have your car impounded. All right, you go with a court officer, and I'll see you on May 2nd. All right, Mr. Stickley, I'm gonna let you go talk to the prosecutor. I would note Miss McClemens.
All right. That was the first one. That was just the good old classic stop driving from Judge Middleton.
Stop driving.
You dumb.
I don't understand why these people they just keep driving. Like, they think they're gonna get away with it? You were frozen for a second there for me.
Yeah, I just hit my desk and my Ethernet cable fell out of my laptop.
Oh God.
Yeah, but we're good.
So listen, I'm also working on a new emote that is gonna be something that has to do with when Colin's Wi-Fi drops, or he has a tech support issue, or an error in his editing. I just don't know what to do yet, bud. So I'm open to ideas. If you guys want to throw some ideas in on Discord, if one of the mods want to drop the Discord link, come on Discord, join us. We have a lot of fun there. And yeah, give me some ideas on some emotes if you guys want, because we're going to update some of them, get rid of some of the old ones that we don't use anymore, and put on some new fun ones.
I like it. All right. We got Cheshire Cat for 10 months. Thank you so much, Cheshire Cat. I appreciate it. Dorina for 14. Dorina, you were awesome. Sherzad, thank you so much for the 8 months. I do appreciate it. Legal Fiction, I don't know why I feel like I said thank you already, but you know what? If I'm going to do it again. Legal Fiction, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Extremely generous of you. Welcome to the 10 new members. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. And then Barry Whitecat, of course, the Barry Whitecat. And yes, singing happy birthday. I do appreciate it, Cheshire. Then Chuck, welcome to the family, Chuck. I do appreciate it. Chuck, you are awesome. Skizrock for 13 months. Skizrock, you are awesome. Thank you, Skizrock. And then Chris, Colin, I'll trade you Cheshire Cat for Heather. Deal? No. No.
Sorry, I'm not on the table for trades.
Not yet. No. All right. Well, also, I skipped right
Thanks,
over this.
Sharky.
I've got two very generous. I've got a Venmo and a PayPal. So I've actually got two PayPals now. MB, thank you so much for your birthday wishes and your PayPal. Vic, you are awesome. Very generous, Vic. Very generous, MB. Thank you guys. And then I think, hold on, I got to double check the name. I don't want to just say the name and be wrong, but yep, it was Sly. It's like I don't want to be wrong. Sly, thank you so much for the PayPal. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the birthday wishes.
Thank you, everyone.
And Uncle Dan's vinyl vintage vinyl. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Now
I love a good vintage vinyl collection.
I've got 2 friends that want to join panel. Are you okay with that, Heather? You ready for this?
The more the merrier. Birthday
All right.
celebrations. Yay!
We have got Lone Wolf and we have got Hutch. Welcome, both of you.
Hi.
Thank you very
Happy
much.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lone Wolf.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
keep
man.
going.
Thanks, Hutch. No,
Yeah,
he
sing
doesn't
it,
have-
Lone Wolf. And Colin, you left me backstage too long. It was hot back here. Huh? I had no food. I had no water back here. Did you have any, Lone Wolf?
Say that again. I don't have anything. I don't know what's
Here
happening.
you two. Colin left
Sorry,
us
we have a really
backstage with no
strict
food.
budget.
Yeah. Yeah, there's there I hope there was a bathroom, so you had a tap, hopefully. What's up, guys? How are you doing?
Who's that?
Said, what's up, guys? How are you doing?
Oh,
Hutch.
I'm doing good, man. How are you? Hi to everybody that's watching right now. Glad to be back, hanging out with Colin again. Heather, nice to meet you for the first time. And Lone Wolf, nice to be in here partner with you. Because I never met you before.
Nice to meet you too, Wolfie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it's good to see all you people. I'm happy to be here. Nice to meet you, Hutch.
Thank you.
I really want to
okay.
watch some court clips.
Well,
Yeah, let's watch some court and have some fun, Colin.
I would love to watch some more court.
All right. Cassie, thank you so much for the birthday wishes and the super chat. Thank you, Cassie. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's go. Let's watch some court.
If you want to take a minute to stop driving before we start.
Yes, sir.
Officer, you're breaking the law, man. Breaking the law. Zooming into court while driving.
Well, I can start before you'd have to testify. All right. This is a citation. It was issued on February 24th of this year.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And no, you're right. You're right. She is way better than my better half. She is my 3/4. You can't say 3/4 half.
3/4. Thank you. That was really sweet.
On 109th Avenue there in Lee Township. It's a speeding citation on an actual 74 and a 55. However, it was only written as a
Jedi. Thank you so much. That is extremely generous of you, Jedi. Thank you. And Sis got the rest coming on. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that, Jedi.
Drop some Jedi emotes in the chat, everybody. Thank you, Jedi.
1 to 5 over. So, ma'am, you're here on this 1 to 5 over speeding ticket to do one of 3 things. First is you could admit responsibility to the citation, or 2, admit responsibility, but you'd like to provide some sort of explanation as to how or why this happened, or 3, you wish to contest this citation. In other words, fight the ticket at what we call informal hearing. What were you looking to do?
Contest it.
All right, then we'll wait for the officer to get somewhere where he can park for a while, and then we'll get to that. All right, so first things first, I'm going to swear you both in. You want to go ahead and raise your right hands. You swear or affirm any testimony you give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Miss Arzamana Steph, it makes a lot more sense for me to start with the deputy. He has the burden to establish to me why you were issued a citation in the first place. But after that, you'll have an opportunity to either ask questions or testify on your own behalf. And so with that, deputy, you want to pick up the narrative somewhere where it makes sense and explain the issuing of this citation.
Yes, sir. Can you give me a minute?
Yep.
10-7 from Zoom meeting. Okay. So as I was traveling on 109th, my radar was activated, tested before shift and after shift. I observed Ms. Ar
Carrie.
Arzametz. Yes, I observed Carrie's vehicle traveling eastbound on 109th. The radar detected speed was locked in at 74 miles an hour in the post mile per hour zone. That is when I located a safe spot to turn around. It began following the vehicle. The vehicle turned right on 60th Street, and she had pulled into a driveway, in which at that point I then followed behind her and conducted my traffic stop. I advised her that the radar speed was detected at 74, in which she did say she was not aware how fast she was going.
All right, and ma'am, what is it you wish to tell me?
I have absolutely no idea how fast I was going. I want to just be honest about that. I don't. I just got that car. It is 21 years old. It's incredibly loud. I was heading to a stop sign. I don't remember that he was traveling at all. He had his lights on, and I can't even remember if someone was pulled over or if they had already left. I can't remember. But I saw him a good mile ahead, and I was on the phone. I have a work phone and a regular phone. My work phone was on the seat, and I said to my friend, "Oh, there's a cop up there. I gotta stop." I stopped, or I mean, she hung up, whatever. I could see him. He wasn't hiding. He was like a mile ahead with his lights on. But I can't remember, like I said, if anybody was stopped or if he had finished the stop. I don't know. He absolutely shocked me because I was heading to a stop sign. I don't even think I was 3/10 of a mile away. He was parked on the side of the road. And I don't even think I was 3/10 of a mile away from the stop sign. And the only reason I'm challenging this is I can't even imagine I'd be going 74. Maybe I was, but I can't even imagine I'd be going 74 when I've got really crappy brakes. It's a brand new car. I mean, not brand new. It's a very old car, but I just gotten it. And I was heading to a stop sign and I was going to take a right. And the house that I was going to, I looked on Google Maps, was 2/10 of a mile from that stop sign on 60th. And I didn't even know he was behind me. It was an incredibly huge, long driveway, very, very long. And it was a loop, and I'm an Amazon driver. And so it was a loop. That's why I was in the driveway. I'm trying to explain. It was a loop driveway, and the loop went behind the house. And when I got to the front of the loop, I was so shocked. I had no idea he was even coming. I even said to him, "Where did you come from?" Because I'm like, that can't be the cop that was on the side of the road. I was so stunned. I mean, stunned. And then he said, "Did you know how fast you were going?" And I really didn't know, and I still don't know. But I'm just shocked that I was even speeding, heading towards the stop sign. But I don't know. But I just had to try and
Well,
fight it because
I think the problem here is you probably got radared in a different place than you're thinking you got radared. But we'll go back to the deputy. Deputy, I have you saying that, you know, she's traveling eastbound on 109th. Where were you and what were you doing when your radar hit her?
So I was traveling westbound on 109th.
So ma'am, he's not a stopped car. He's traveling. He's going the opposite direction as you.
no, he was on the side of the road. It had to be that one. There was no other cars. There was nothing else there. There was a cop on the side of the road about 2/10 of a mile before 60th. That's the only car I even saw. That's why I'm like, where was he?
I mean, I'm assuming that's him already stopped waiting for you to pass him up so you turn or spin around on you and pull you over. But we'll hear from the deputy. Go ahead. So deputy, you are moving, traveling westbound. She's traveling eastbound. When did you turn your lights on?
So I actually I found a driveway to quickly turn around. I was able to catch up to the vehicle on the intersection of 109th and 60th. On 109th and 60th, there is no stop sign. The only stop sign is going north and south, not east and west. So I seen her turn right onto south on 100. I'm sorry, turned south on 60th Street, and then that's when she went down towards that house and actually pulled in the driveway.
Yeah. So, ma'am,
Sherzad, 20 gifted memberships. That's extremely generous of you. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 20 new members. That is awesome. New member, SC Don. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the family. That is awesome. And Sarah, thank you for the super chat and the birthday wishes. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's keep going.
I think you're talking about two different locations.
No, I'm not. I saw him a good, will you just,
Oh, real quick, Lone Wolf, Hutch, if you guys have anything to say, you can just tell me to stop and I'll pause it.
Well, let me just check with you. Does it sound to anybody else like this lady probably should not have been driving this day?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it doesn't sound like she can remember like where she was going, what she was doing, what cars were on the road. I mean, it sounds like she might have been driving asleep.
Yeah. Potentially, yeah. But but she made it home though. She made it home. Isn't that what she said?
Hey, on top of that, I heard this right, correct? She said she's an Amazon driver?
Yes, he said that.
I wonder if she was on a delivery. Hey, whatever.
hear me out a minute? He was
But, ma'am,
parked.
there
was
is
not
no
driving.
stop sign on 109th at 60th.
I know.
109th just.
I didn't know. Okay, I don't know where the stop sign, if there was one. I don't know.
But, ma'am, that's what you testified to, is there's no way you could be going that fast because you were 0.2 of a mile from a stop sign.
Okay, well, I'm 0.2 of a mile from turning. I had to turn there. I'm not going to turn at 74 miles an hour. And he
But,
wasn't
ma'am, there
coming
is no
at me.
stop sign. So, in other words,
I'm
you're
still not
already
gonna-
confused about where you're talking about.
No, I'm not
And
confused
he was
about
not
him.
stationary, he was moving. So
I'm
your
not-
recollection
no, he
of events
wasn't.
does not match the
No, he
opposite's
was not.
recollection of events.
Sir, I saw him a good mile ahead. He was pulled over. He was not
Ma'am.
moving. He wasn't coming
Ma'am.
towards me.
Ma'am, hold on a second. You said he was stopped with his lights on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Police officers only turn their lights on when they're either trying to pull someone over or they pulled someone over. So,
right.
Deputy, were you already at a stop with somebody else when you saw her vehicle?
No, I was not.
So the only time you would have turned your lights on is when you were in pursuing her and already decided to pull her over for a speeder.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about, but it seems to be a very different scenario than the deputy. So all I can do is go by what I can corroborate myself. And what I know is there is no stop sign for 109th at 60th. The stop sign is for 60th, not for
But why would I
109th.
go? But why would I go 74 miles an hour on a turn?
But, ma'am, I'm not sure your recollection of this event is correct, because what you said is he's stationary with his lights on, and then he showed up at the house you were at. So for purposes of, and you don't know how fast you're going anyway. How fast do you think you were going down 109th?
You know, I'm not from around there. I was doing an Amazon route, and I'm not from over there, and I know it's usually 55, 60 right in the country. And no, there was nobody else. He was stationary.
I have testimony from him of how fast you were traveling. Would you like to tell me how fast you were traveling?
I can't tell you how fast I was traveling. I can't because I don't know.
Then if I have to pick which version of events here makes more sense to me, makes a lot more sense the deputy's version of events. I would find you responsible on this informal at 1 to 5 over. If you wish to appeal this further to formal hearing, you must ask for that within 7 days of today's date, and you must come in and pay a cash bond in the same amount as the fine to guarantee your appearance at formal hearing. Do you understand your rights on appeal?
I do. It doesn't make any sense. He was pulled over. I'm telling the truth. He was already pulled over way a mile ahead of time, and I wouldn't go 74 miles an hour on a turn. I would never do that. I was going to turn. I knew I had to turn.
Ma'am, by the time you turned on 60th, he had already did a 3-point turn and began following you. You got radar well before 60th.
He was on the same side of the road as me. He wasn't on the opposite side. He was on the same side of the road. Did anybody ever look
All
at
right.
the camera?
Ma'am, the only way they have their camera on is if their lights are on. And his lights weren't on until he tried to pull you over.
They were on. When I came up the road, they were on already.
Deputy, I'll give
They
you
were
one
on.
last chance. Anything she's saying making sense to you as or your recollection of events?
No, sir.
All right. We're done here. Thank you. I think
Goodbye.
you have the next.
Bye.
What gets
I'm
me
worried
is that
she's-
she said she's not from that area, so she doesn't know.
I don't know how fast I was going. I don't know what was going. All I know for sure is the officer's story's wrong.
And she's driving an older car that she's not used to, and it's a bigger car. And anybody who knows anything about older, larger cars, they're like road boats. I mean, when you're doing like 70 miles an hour, it feels like 40 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she's arguing against her own case with her own testimony. It made no sense. And more than anything, I mean, it's like Sparkle said, what are you even arguing? What are you contesting right now? I mean, you literally say you don't remember how fast you're going. You've lost the case immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do we got? Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Sparkle Poots. Derval, thank you so much. Spend this in Canada on Heather. Will do. Canada dollars for Heather. Thank you. And Phil, very generous super chat. Thank you so much. Many happy and healthy returns for your birthday, Phil. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. That's Canadian dollars too. I have to spend that in Canada as well.
I didn't know Phil was in Canada.
I think I just told you that like a day or two ago.
We didn't have that
We
conversation.
were talking about how nice he was, and I said it makes sense. He's Canadian.
I missed that. I was probably selectively hearing what you were saying.
All right.
Love you. You're half deaf. I figure you hear half of what I say anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I probably only say half of what I want to say. So, all right, what do we have next?
Oh, okay, Phil. Okay. I think I knew that actually.
All right, this is a court out of Ohio. I wanted to put both of the Karen clips back to back. The last lady wasn't necessarily a Karen, but she was borderline. But this one's good, and I really like this judge. So I was trying to find a place to put it. So let's go. This one's short. It's only about 4 minutes.
Mr. Browski, I have a ticket from the 21st charged you with a headlight violation. Did you receive a copy of that?
Yes.
Okay. Maximum penalty is a $150 fine. Do you have any questions about that charge?
Yes.
Hutch's channel is Sovereign Citizen Encounters. If my mods would be so kind to drop his link, I would appreciate it. I should have loaded your guys' links in the description. I did not. I do apologize. But Lone Wolf has a channel. Hutch has a channel. If you guys would be so kind, or my mods would be so kind to drop their links, because I was a terrible host tonight.
It's okay. It's your birthday. You're excused.
I didn't know this was a ticket. It seemed like a warning event.
Okay.
I check my headlights regularly.
Yeah.
And I changed it. It had blown. It had just blown.
You had one out. Is that what it was?
So he pulled me off
one
in
headlight.
my driveway when I pulled in late from work.
Okay.
So I was confused. I thanked him, but I was confused on getting a ticket.
Yeah, he wrote you a ticket. That's why you had to. Well, you
Okay.
didn't have to come here today, but.
I wanted to. I was
Okay.
told I cannot win this.
I don't know who told you that, but you're welcome to have a trial if you'd like to have a trial.
Is there still a fine?
What do you mean?
You're not waiving this at all as a warning?
I can't get rid of the ticket. The
okay.
prosecutor, you can talk to the prosecutor about that if you wanted me to set a trial date.
Can I make a statement? I am tired of feeling like a criminal in my driveway.
Okay.
From a blown headlight.
Okay.
It was too much for me.
Okay. Were you mistreated or?
They scream at you. These police, is it Adam Fumi, is this a police officer?
It is, yeah.
They're really out of control.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I thanked him and he was just yelling at me.
Okay. Well, that's odd.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd encourage you to make a report to the police department.
That's okay, I just want to say something to
Yeah.
someone who cared.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry that I don't know why that would happen on a headlight. You know.
It happens, that's sort of across the board. I feel like they're fishing for anything.
Okay.
I'm just, never mind.
Okay. So you live over on the east side?
You
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
need to know my story.
Okay.
The
Well,
driving out there is horrific. I am one of the good drivers, and to
Okay.
get this is just like,
Okay.
really?
Okay.
Thanks,
All
so
right.
I have to pay $150?
If you just wanted to pay the ticket today, it would be more like 145 or something. I
So
think.
go upstairs and pay that?
No, it's right here. Do you just want to pay the ticket?
There's no waiving it?
I can't waive the ticket.
Okay.
If you wanted me to set a trial date, you could talk to the
That would be
prosecutor.
silly.
And I would also
I fixed my
advise you
headlight.
to make a report to the prosecutor about
Okay.
how the police
Okay.
department handled it, if they handled it poorly in your estimation. You're welcome to do that.
I
Okay?
fixed it.
Okay, all right.
It was a long winter.
Okay, if you just want to plead guilty, instead of paying it, I'll just impose court costs. There won't be a fine. Otherwise,
Yeah, I'll just go
but it's
pay
only
it.
like
I just wanted
it's
my
only like-
I just wanted my day in court.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So Stansbury couldn't have waived it either.
No,
I
I
know
mean,
him.
no.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Stansbury is the chief judge of this courthouse. So that was a, I mean, the judge is being really nice and respectful to you, and you're complaining about a cop pulling you over because you didn't have a headlight on.
But y'all, she literally just pulled a. You sure your manager couldn't do this for us?
Right.
Move. That's literally
Oh, yeah.
what she just did. You sure the manager couldn't handle this?
Right after he was extremely nice to her. Like, he's just listening. Like, yeah, if you really felt that way, these are the actions you can take. Go talk to the prosecutor. He might be able to work with you. No, I'll just pay it. Are you sure that they wouldn't just drop it, lady?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe she's been in there more than once. I'm like, okay, she's name dropping right now.
Yeah, she's dropping the other judge.
Oh, I didn't.
I think it's
realize-
funny when people get upset because they do something wrong and then they get mad because they get in trouble. It's like, well,
Mhm.
don't make stupid decisions and then you won't get in trouble.
Well, I thought it was either the chief judge, like Colin said, or like his opponent in the election that he lost against. One of the two. I figured it was one of those things. So it had to be some type of little cut.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the chief judge, and that judge, he's on YouTube as well. He goes through his dockets at record speed. He does arraignments in about 14 seconds, and he talks like an auctioneer. It's incredible how fast he goes through his dockets, but you can't really pay attention to it. It's like I have no idea. You've done three defendants in 45 seconds. Like,
You saying he's faster than Van?
potentially.
Potentially?
Van's fast, but Van spends a lot of time because his sense of humor and personality.
He has banter. Yeah. There's no banter with the other guy.
No, there's no banter. Oh, speaking of which, I'll play it after this. I've got a fun Judge Clark clip. This one's over. I think there's like 10
come with me.
Okay.
She says something else real quick.
Who are you here for?
Is he next door?
Probably next door. You didn't get a.
Ending with something light, at least.
Have a good day.
Wait right here, I'm gonna turn something
Please,
off.
please do make a report to either the prosecutor or to the police department.
I've been pulled over for a couple of other petty things in the treatment. I mean,
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm a delicate person at this point anyway.
Okay. Yeah, and late.
Oh, that's when he muted it.
I feel like the reason she's getting prickly treatment from the police officers is because she seems to be like one of these people who is prickly nice, if that makes sense. Like she presents herself as if I'm just being sweet, but she's really all sarcasm.
Yeah, that's what that laugh sounds like. That laugh where she's trying to be joyful and happy, but like, yeah, it doesn't sound like a happy laugh. It sounds like a sarcastic laugh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got a quick intermission real quick for you. This is I'm just gonna play it. Just gonna play it.
Is this one you told me about earlier?
Yes.
State your name.
Douglas McLean.
Mr. McLean, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with 1 count of possession of a stolen shopping cart. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, punishment to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Where do you live? Where do you live?
I live in the age ring about 12 miles from here.
Okay, and are you working?
Yeah, I teach in Lamar's class.
Okay. All right.
For those of you that didn't hear that, he just said he teaches a Lamaze class. I would have loved to see what Judge Van would have said to that. I mean, Judge Clark doesn't laugh very often, and he just got Judge Clark to laugh. But he teaches a Lamaze class. You know, to anyone out there in need of a Lamaze class, look this guy up.
What's the prior record, Mr. McLean? Just give me the first part.
Trespassing
I went
in
with,
24, a couple of VOPs, indecent, controlled substance para, 1 FTA.
I'm gonna set a $1,500 bond. Mr. McLean, your next court date's March 28th at 8:30.
Step to your right to the T.
Sir, I went with Terry and Young as an attorney.
Okay, good.
Oh my gosh. Step behind.
Yeah. I really like that. I teach a Lamaze class.
That clip was almost like a commercial or something.
Right? They dropped the lawyers' names at the end.
Yeah, I like that, Colin. That was cool. Oh, I had a couple people in the chat say hi to me, and then I said hello back and realized I'm logged in on my other channel. It's just like, oh, they probably think I'm ignoring them.
Stop
So
ignoring people.
I'm not. I'm one of the other. I logged in with the wrong one.
All right,
Well, if anyone has said hello to me,
So what you're saying, you're an amateur.
Yes, I'm an amateur.
I could be an amateur, sure. Why not?
I'm an amateur.
Says the
Lamaze
person who
class.
doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, brand new.
I'm having trouble following chat. I'm paying attention to the cases. The cases are good tonight, Colin.
I worked hard today to put this video together. I really did. I didn't want any filler clips tonight. It's like, no, we're gonna do all good clips tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying them as well. I just like to look back and forth in the chat. So, because there's a lot of funny comments in there. I'll always do that.
The chat's awesome. Dr. Gonzo, thank you so much for the super sticker. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. I've lost track of where we are. I have no idea what's
The court will call the case of
Oh my.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Anybody who's just coming or has been here for a short time, just a reminder, it's Colin's birthday today. So if you haven't wished him happy birthday, please do so. And if you haven't liked the video, make sure that you like it. And also make sure if you're not following Hutch or Lone Wolf that their link is in the pinned message.
I did figure out how to pin
That's it.
it.
That's all I'm saying.
And thank you for doing the YouTube stuff for me that I don't do enough. So thank you.
I got you.
Thanks. All right. This is Hutch knows who this is. Lone Wolf probably does too. This is Miss Shatia Gibbs. Now, this is her latest hearing, which was today. She has been ordered to turn herself in twice. One by the magistrate. I think the first one might have been Judge Washington that told her. Maybe they're both the magistrate. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. But about 2 weeks ago, she was ordered to turn herself in on a warrant by Magistrate Braley and was given this court date. She told Magistrate Braley, no, I have kids. I will not be turning myself in. She still showed up to court today, so good for her. But, yeah, Judge Washington's going to have some words with her.
Tia Gibbs, case number 23 FB 1198.
Tiffany Woods for the people. Allison Muller here on behalf of Miss Gibbs. Miss Gibbs, could you please state your name?
Hello.
Shakia
Oh,
Gibbs.
all right. Ms. Willis, you're gonna have to wait now. Where's Miss Gibbs? I don't see her on the screen.
The host have asked you to start.
All right.
Hi, Miss Washington.
Hello, Miss Gibbs. All right. So we're here in this matter on a violation of probation, but Miss Gibbs was supposed to turn herself in before this particular court date, and there's still a no bond bench warrant for her.
This is where the crickets come in.
So yeah, that's your
anything?
Cumis, Gibbs. Where you been?
That's correct, Your Honor. I know we've been kind of pending here. Miss Gibbs has been very fearful of turning herself in. I know the court was lenient and held the 10 of the 15 days in abeyance when she was originally sentenced. Miss Gibbs does have 4 children who are home. She's the sole caregiver to them. Your Honor, at this time, what we would be asking for, Ms. Gibbs is confident that she can get back on track with her probation. We appreciate Agent Pappenhagen's recommendation that she be given one last chance to continue with her probation. I understand he is requesting additional jail time. I know
I don't think
that
there's anything I can do today. I'm not even sure why this is back on my docket. I honestly don't. Ms. Gibbs has not turned herself in, and Ms. Gibbs.
The judge
Ms.
sees her
Gibbs has
face too.
outstanding jail time that she already owes me.
And she's gone.
iPhone's looking like Judge Slavin right now. Just see this much.
All right, I'm not re-seeing Ms. Gibbs until she does her initial time. Once that is done, she and I can have a conversation. Before that is done, there is no further conversation. The bench warrant will continue.
I understand, Your Honor. Ms. Gibbs, please give me or Mr. Works a call.
Somebody need to go pick her up. That's what they need to do. She's been dragging this out since last year. Because Magistrate Braley told her to show up and turn herself in. She told her, I'm not doing it.
And yeah, she hung up. She wasn't there at the end. She hung up. Well, at least she turned her camera off. I'm assuming she hung up. The second the judge was like, no, we're not moving forward until you turn yourself in. You owe me jail time. We're not pushing this forward until you turn yourself in. Yeah. The next time we see her will be in a couple months because she's going to abscond and she's going to get pulled over for something. That's what's going to happen.
Well, it's really unfortunate for her that the police don't just, make it a priority to go get her, because the more the police actually sit on their hands on the issue, the worse it becomes for her. That just keeps tacking on more time and more time, the more they avoid going and getting her.
I agree. And we have another guest on panel. Debbie.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you today?
Just as my dad would say, finer than frog's hair. Pretty fine.
I didn't know frogs had hair, so that must be
exactly. It's pretty fine. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you for joining us tonight. How's everything? You haven't been on panel since you were elected, so I owe you a congratulations.
Thanks. Things have been, kind of busy, so I haven't really had time to do all my fun stuff. But yeah, I went to dinner tonight with some friends and had a good time, and I was like, I need to get home because I promised that I would log in. So happy birthday.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. It is so
Chat, make sure you drop some Debbie emotes in the chat.
Oh, I look, I
say hi to her.
My hair, chopped it off. It was long enough to donate finally. So.
Oh, that's awesome. And it looks good.
Time to chop. So yeah, it's been good. Work has been busy, but good. I love it. So
Well, good. You want to watch some court with us?
Oh, of course.
Well, let's watch some court.
All right, I see Mr. Phelps is back out. I'm trying to get, oh wait, we have ASM Properties back out.
Actually, I am going to, because now that Debbie's on here,
Oh, geez.
I'm gonna skip ahead and do a different video. We'll come back to this one because this one's really good. But there's a video that I want Debbie's input on.
Oh, shoot. Do I get like a pre-warning of what this is about?
It's two attorneys fighting over the cost of discovery.
Oh.
Like the defense is saying they shouldn't have to pay for it; it should be given to them, and the
Is
prosecutor's
this a
like, no.
civil case or a criminal case?
I actually don't remember. I don't remember. All I know is this is about 10-minute clip, and 9 minutes of the attorneys arguing about it's $15. So we're not talking about
Good grief.
And he's a retained attorney too. So it's not a public defender; it's a retained attorney. They're arguing over a $15 discovery delivery.
Like a USB drive or okay.
Yes.
All right, we'll call the matter of Zachary Bain, file 24-42697-SD, set for a status conference today. All right, see Mr. Bain.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays on behalf of Mr. Bain.
I hate to tell you this, but it's afternoon already.
Oh, there you go.
Still on the morning docket, but we're in the afternoon, so.
There you go.
Good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you.
There is a jury trial, I believe, set for April the 9th and the 10th. Is that going to go?
Yes.
All
I mean,
right.
unless the prosecutor's got an offer that's better than their last offer, we're ready for trial.
No pressure.
All right.
No pressure.
Mr. Fortier, I assume nothing has changed from your perspective?
No, Your Honor. Ms. Brooker notes that she had filed the jury
all right.
instructions and should be all set.
Now, Ms.
I
Brooker.
have- Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Judge. So Ms. Brooker had indicated to me, I asked her, because I was doing some trial prep, and I realized that I never did get a copy of the video. I've seen the video in court, but only portions of it over Zoom. And I asked her, did you ever provide me with a copy of that video? And she said, no, you got to pay $12 to get it. And I said, well, I take the position that unless there's an order for costs, you have to provide me with copies of whatever it is that you intend to introduce at trial. And if you're telling me you intend to introduce it, which she was saying she was, then she's under an obligation to provide a copy of that video to me. Otherwise, I would be moving to exclude it at the time of trial because they hadn't disclosed it prior to trial. She said that we would deal with that this morning.
Are we really fighting about $12?
It's really, it's the logistics of it. By the time that it even gets over there to them, and then they get it down to me, I don't get it. And so I'm just saying, I had suggested they send it by Carpel, which is a discovery service, an e-discovery service that they provide discovery through. So I've got a lot of paper documents, but they indicate.
What was that, Debbie?
So Carpel is the new prosecutorial trend, I guess, because the state helped pay for implementing it. So it's our case management system. And you have to pay extra to have the discovery service through Carpel, which we're not going to do. We're probably going to use Axon. But it's still not free. Like, that system is expensive. And if he's a retained attorney, like, typically we charge $15, $20 for their discovery.
$12.
Okay.
$12. We're arguing over $12. I'm glad the judge called him out on it.
That they don't know how to send a video. I get videos through Carpel all the time. So.
But is it?
I guess what we're really fighting about.
What's that?
Carpel is in most of the counties. I want to say there's like 2 counties in Michigan that are not going to use Carpel, but the rest of them are. But still, it's like not everybody has implemented it yet, and not everybody does the discovery part. You have to pay extra.
Is that they can either send it to me or they risk not being able to introduce it because they didn't disclose it prior to trial. Because their intention right now, I believe, is that I'll pick it up like on the fly on the day of jury trial, which will be insufficient.
And you're also risking proceeding to trial with a decision by the judge that said you knew about it and decided not to make a point, and you're going to go ahead anyway. So
Correct.
Either way, I have a jury trial set on the 9th, and you guys are fighting about discovery, which should have been done a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. I'm not asking for an adjournment. I'm ready to go forward.
Because you want an appellate issue.
Well, I've got a lot of issues already, but this is just a side issue that if they take that position, then, you know, it is what it is.
So, Judge, the only thing I will point out is that Michigan Court Rule 6.201A does note, obviously, the prosecution's obligation to disclose discovery materials, but it also indicates that a party may request a hearing regarding any question of costs of reproduction, including the cost of providing copies of electronically recorded statements, which naturally, in this case, the video would be an electronically recorded statement. Our office does not utilize Carpel for video services. Everything that we get comes from the agencies itself. And I think that might be where some of the disconnect comes in, because I know when I was in Clare County, we did utilize Carpel to send video discovery. However, the office here, we don't have that function through Carpel. So everything that we get comes in and it gets stored on an external server, and then it gets copied to whatever modem of media, whether it be a disk or a flash drive or something, and then it gets sent to the attorney that way. So I don't know. I don't know the extent of what Miss Brooker and Mr. Mays' communication was. I kind of got looped into an email at the end of it. Just kind of knowing our office's policy, reasonable costs for paying for the shipping to get it to the attorneys, and then also for the flash drive that gets provided, which that's not something that we ask to be returned. It's theirs, they keep it. I think $12 is entirely reasonable.
Well, I would point out, Your Honor, in response, that a flash drive costs about 50 cents. So that's not appropriate, but the cost provisions don't pertain to electronically recorded media regarding statements made by the defendant, which fall under 6.201B. The cost provisions are under 6.201A, apply to both parties. So the prosecution would have to pay my costs if I sent them a bill, and I would have to pay their costs if they sent me a bill for materials that fall under 6.201A, and that's only after a motion is filed. They have not filed a motion requesting costs or indicating that somehow this is something that needs to be borne by the other party or somehow shared by the other party. The fact that they're only trying to charge $12 indicates that the 6.201A provisions that talk about if the costs are excessive or something along those lines, then it may need to be addressed by the court. But, this is routine discovery that they're required to produce under 6.610E. I understand that it's not convenient, but, this was discussed when the Michigan Supreme Court adopted 6.610E in reference to the cost to the prosecution. Many prosecutors filed objections indicating that they would not have the ability to provide access to this discovery because of the costs. And the Michigan Supreme Court said that's not really an issue. You have to give this discovery.
I have
When
a
you say
question.
give the discovery, Our position is we make it available to you. So I'll send you the download link, and if you don't want to spend the hours downloading it or you don't have the bandwidth or whatever, you can come to the office and regular office hours and we'll make it available to you. Because think of it like you have the ability to inspect like a gun if it's part of your evidence. Well, I'm not gonna give you the gun. I'm not gonna ship it to you, right? So similar with electronic data. So if you want a copy of it, you're gonna pay for the copying cost. Otherwise, you can come watch it, make your own copy on your own USB. But we also don't let just any USB get plugged into our computers. Our IT would not be happy with us.
Smart.
So I have a question, Debbie. I'm a real layman when it comes to all this stuff, and I don't know all this inside baseball talk that Mays is throwing out right now. But just listening to what he's saying and kind of his demeanor and how he's saying it, it just reeks of a person trying to throw a wrench in the works. Is that a correct read on what's happening here?
It definitely looks like Judge said, you're trying to create an appealable issue. So, at the end of the day, it's $12. Typically, what we do is we send out the discovery with a bill. If they don't pay it, then I guess we would take action, maybe a show cause or something like that. Most attorneys aren't going to fail to pay a bill to the prosecutor's office. It's a cost of their doing business, and we've never had anybody argue. We don't charge anything crazy. But yeah, I mean, technically, the court rule says we have to make it available. That could mean a lot of different things. So to us, it's like if you want it conveniently available to you, mailed to you on a USB that you can watch at your leisure, well, then you're going to pay a little bit to help offset the costs.
So he doesn't necessarily have to be as particular as he's insisting on being in this situation.
Like, for example, we could send you the discovery, paper discovery, photocopied in a box in whatever order of papers we want to, mixed up, just like toss them in the ground and swirl them around. Now, we're not going to do that, but you'd be surprised in civil cases, divorce cases, what people will do when they have to provide discovery. So no, there's not a particular way that we have to provide it. And this becomes an issue sometimes, like your box stores, like your Meijer or your Walmart or Menards. Sometimes their video systems have a specific player that has to go with it. So unless you have that player, I can send you a copy of it, but you're not going to be able to open it. So it's just technology, I tell you. And I think he's being a little difficult, and I don't know if he's just trying to make a point or create an appealable issue, but I think he's getting in the weeds a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Your mom's here to check on you.
His argument, though, if you're going to use it as an exhibit, I don't think you really have room to charge them for a copy of the exhibit that you're going to be using, because you're going to have to provide a copy to them during the hearing anyway, and a copy to the court.
Oh, that changes a little bit.
It's his point.
Yeah. Wolfie, your mom's here to check on you.
She always is. That's what moms are for.
Mama Wolfie, it's good to see you.
Hi, Mom. I love you.
And the fact that this is something that they want to introduce as an exhibit, when they indicate if it were not something that they were going to introduce as an exhibit, that'd be a different story perhaps. But this is something that they intend to introduce at trial. So at that point, it's their burden to produce it before trial.
Right. And if you look at it as all the video evidence that we typically have in a case, we've talked about this a lot locally, because with the body cams, the MVS, which is like your dash cam, your in-car camera, sometimes it's a video of the back seat of the police car with just the seatbelt dangling during a flee and elude. It's like, well, technically we have it, so we have to tell you that we have it. But to pay money to have our staff spend hours downloading that, there's literally nothing of evidentiary value. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And so if we can't fit all of this onto one USB, or we can't email a link to it, then there's cost involved and time involved. Just like FOIAs. I mean, they charge for FOIAs because it takes time. Time is money.
Yeah, FOIAs aren't free. Found that out the hard way.
No. Yes.
Your Honor, for the record, Mike Rolla from the Otsego County Prosecuting Attorney. With the court's permission, I would ask to give input in this matter.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a situation where the defendant has retained counsel. It is not court-appointed counsel. As it is retained counsel, our office is under no obligation to provide that without being paid for it. Further, even were this requested, even under a Freedom of Information Act situation, we're also entitled to charge the individuals for the cost per page. Counsel knows that, counsel's aware of that. And in this particular case, although I have not personally looked at the documents since this was just brought to my attention, I would be willing to bet that in our records, it indicates that notification to counsel was sent to him indicating what the amount was and that it was going to be used, and that if he wanted copies of them, he would have to provide our office with payment for it. I would also further note that in this particular case, it's a $12 fee, which by the way is significantly lower than if our office were getting documents from prosecutors' offices down in farther downstate where they charge 2 and 3 times that amount.
Judge, in a brief
Thank you, Your Honor.
response, that's not true. We're not asking for it under FOIA. FOIA clearly provides for cost provisions. That's laid out in the statute. So whether a prosecutor's office has a policy or not, frankly, if the policy conflicts with the court rule commands. So whether or not they indicate this is what we want for the discovery, that does not entitle them to it. There is no cost provision that just automatically allows them to charge a fee for discovery.
All right, counsel, we're not going to do this today off the cuff. If you guys are going to argue about this like this now, you're going to file briefs and you're going to give me something to base it on. We're calling off the jury trial because I'm not going to have a jury trial without the defense having a piece of evidence as important as a video. So we're going to set this for a motion hearing on April the 9th. You're both going to have briefs in on this issue prior to April the 9th. I'll make a decision on April the 9th. But we're not having a jury trial because I'm not going to listen to both of you guys argue about silly stuff like this when neither one of you is taking the time to put it before me on a proper basis. So briefs are in, should have 7 days in advance of April the 9th, so I have an adequate opportunity to review it. That would be April the 2nd. That gives you, I'll give you till Friday the 4th. So that gives you a full week. More than a week from now to get them in. So do your briefs, get them into me. We'll hear it on April the 9th. The jury trial for April the 9th and the 10th will be off, and we'll discuss it, what we do at that time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Made more work for themselves.
Yeah.
I'll pay the $12 just so I don't have to write a brief.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh man, that poor kid right there. He's like, wait a second, I got to pay my attorney another hour of my retainer to write a brief on $12.
What the?
I mean, he's getting paid by the client. It's only $12.
Well, the thing is, he's gonna pay his attorney however many dollars per hour to write a freaking brief because nobody's got a brief just laying around about this particular issue. So I feel like the judge is kind of encouraging them to just settle this. I would just eat the $12 and be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll deal with this at a different date. But or come here, bring me your USB. And that's the thing is, like, I don't know how far away this defense attorney's office is because they're talking about having to mail it and the costs. Like, it can't be that far away if you're in the same county. It's just got to be a reasonable drive. Shoot, I'd pay my 16-year-old like $12 to drive it across the county to deliver it.
Yeah, I mean, just ask the defendant to go get it. I mean, just look at him.
Right.
He'll pay for it with his lunch money. He's like, man.
Like, do you want me to pay for a brief, or do you want me to just like drive and pick that up? Because I've got a
Yeah.
USB laying around, right? Just go get your copy of it. It's crazy.
Oh. Heather.
Hi.
It looks like you're falling asleep.
Yeah, I am. I text Colin like 15 minutes ago and was like, I need to leave after this last clip. I'm tired. So
Cashed out.
thank you everybody
It's
for
almost
coming.
Friday.
Yeah. It's almost Friday and I'm off this weekend. Just before I leave, I got to do the things that Colin never does. So everybody, if you're just coming in, just a reminder, it's Colin's birthday. So make sure you say happy birthday in the chat, drop a cake emoji, and make sure you go visit the links that are pinned to visit Lone Wolf and Hutch's channels, and make sure you like the video. Enjoy the rest
Debbie
of the
Davis
stream.
is here too. Thank you.
And Debbie's here too.
Yeah, I'm just here.
All right.
Just show up whenever.
We're just existing. It's fine. It's cool. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
night.
Together.
Colin's gonna keep us going until midnight, so you like cover the entire birthday, or what?
No, I can't do it that long, but I
My
do.
son stayed up until midnight the night before his 16th birthday last week, and it's a school night. I'm like, you are crazy.
Yeah, it's a little much. Midnight's not too bad. I might be up till midnight. I can't stream that long. I'll turn into a pumpkin.
Oh, well, my battery is gonna die. I mean, I feel very. I won't even go there, but like I'm at like 2%. My charger's not over here, so.
Well, you can dip as well.
Well, I think I probably should. Chief is over here trying to get my attention with his little plastic fish toy that he wants me to throw for him, and you probably hear him breathing and whining. So, but I wanted to make sure that I came on and told you happy birthday. So, appreciate
Well,
you having me.
I appreciate you stopping by and watching that case with us.
For sure. Hopefully we can do it again with if my life slows down like a tiny bit, maybe.
You are absolutely the busiest one here.
Oh, well, and also in case anybody has a law degree in Michigan and you're looking to be an APA, we still have a position open. So I did get the pay raised a little bit. So if you know anybody, send them my way.
Will do.
All right. Bye, guys.
Yep.
Have a great
Bye, Debbie.
Have a good night.
All right, since we've kicked out all the females, what are we gonna do?
Keep partying, Colin.
Keep partying. All right, I gotta catch up on some super chats. Cheshire Cat, are we having a B-Day party in Discord? Yeah, we can do that. We can hang out on Discord tonight. Sounds like a great idea. Thank you, Cheshire Cat. Claire, happy birthday! Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. And Brown Zoo. Okay, thank you so much for the super sticker. I do appreciate it. All right. Of course, Heather's still here. I don't know what. Watch my mouth. I didn't say anything. Love you.
She heard you.
All right. Okay. Let's go. Lone Wolf, are you gonna hang out? Aren't you live right now?
Well, I'm premiering Fleischer as always.
I got you.
Of course. So yeah, the Fleischer forum is running.
Well, we're gonna be raiding you here shortly. Got one clip left. I just gotta get to it. Either keep going too far or too.
I got to make sure I watch all your clips so I get an inspiration.
Okay, we're just gonna play the end of this. That sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. All right, last one.
All
Judge
right,
Shackleford.
I see Mr. Phelps is back out. I'm trying to get. Oh wait, we have ASM Properties back out. We have Mr. Ruark.
Oh, real quick, I keep forgetting to say thank you to the PayPals guys. I'm so sorry. Now I gotta open my email to make sure I get everybody. I don't want to keep forgetting. Skizrock, I really hope you're still here. Thank you so much for the Venmo. I do appreciate it. Jedi, with the super generous Venmo. You did say you were going to send it. I do appreciate it, Jedi. You are awesome. Thank you so much. And I don't want to say your name, but I feel like I know who you are because the name looks familiar. But happy birthday, my dear friend, and I hope we can do 12 years, as I think we both do. Gabriel, thank you so much. I don't want to say your last name, and I feel like I know your name. It looks familiar, but thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Whoever that is, please tell me it's you in the chat so I can properly thank you. All right, Judge Shackleford, let's go.
Here, this is 2501-0741 ASM Properties versus Blair Bailey and Sterling Phelps. Counsel.
Ron Ruark for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Mr. Phelps, can you tell me your first and last name?
Legal Fiction, thank you. Sorry for saying your first name. I mean, what first name? I didn't say any first name. Thank you. That was generous of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sterling Phelps, Phelps. Sterling
All
is
right,
regular spelling. Sterling.
Thank you, sir. All right, so you've had an opportunity to meet with Lakeshore Legal. It's my understanding that you did not qualify for representation through them. You've also had a chance to speak with Mr. Ruark at this point, and then and here we are.
Yeah, don't do that. I actually felt really bad. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know that was you. Oh, now, yeah, stop. Now I still don't know who it is.
Counsel.
Your Honor, I think we need a hearing date. There's no resolution today, and I don't see a possibility of a resolution today.
All right, we'll come back for 10/25, so April 10th of 2025 at 10:30 a.m. Are we having a full-on hearing? Is there a defense? Is this something we need to do in person?
Yeah, I don't think we need to do it in person, but at this point, we're talking about having a full hearing, yes.
All right, then we're going to do it in person. If there are going to be exhibits, listen, wait, let me talk. If there are going to be exhibits, I don't know anything about it. I don't know if there's a defense, if he's alleging that there's something wrong with the property. If there are going to be things I need to see and testimony that needs to be taken.
Your Honor, there will be, so maybe we should appear in person. I agree.
We're doing it in person, okay? Mr. I'm sorry, an ASM property, sir, I don't have your name. What is it you needed to say?
Yes, Your Honor. My question is, I rented the property to Blair Bailey, and I don't even know why Sterling Phelps is living there from day one. Blair Bailey doesn't answer my phone. She doesn't answer my texts or emails. Every time we've reached out, he's living there. He claims to be Blair Bailey's father. I don't even know. Blair Bailey.
Where's Blair Bailey, Mr. Phelps? Where's Blair Bailey?
She is a traveling phlebotomist. She was here days ago. She was just here. So he is making this up. Me and him shook hands and said that I would take over this lease on this property and that I would give him my information the first weeks of the new year.
Okay. Miss Bailey needs to appear for court on 4/10 at 10:30 a.m. She's on the lease.
Right. Okay.
She got to court, Mr. Phelps. If not, they can seek a default against her. But the second mailing was not sent, so the second mailing from the court was not requested. It was not sent. I don't see that she was personally served or otherwise served. So she's not in default today because she's not been served to be here through alternate service or otherwise. So we'll set a hearing for 4/10/25 at 10:30 a.m. in person, and we'll have a hearing on that date. All parties are to be present.
And that's 10:30, Your Honor.
10:30 a.m. in person.
Got it. Thanks, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yeah, the second I saw your name, I'm like, that's Legal Fiction. Yeah, that's why I felt bad. Like I knew your name, but no, don't do that to me. But that is very generous of you. Thank you. I do appreciate the PayPal. You were awesome. Thank you.
I may address the court.
Yes.
10 days ago or so, I gave your clerk, her name is Jasmine, $50 to have a jury trial set, and she didn't, for some reason or another, the legal advice person just a minute ago said she didn't see it. But
I see a jury demand. I mean, we're going to have a hearing, and then if we need a trial in front of a jury, but here's the problem. Mr. Phelps, I mean, they've listed you as a defendant, but you're not. Is he in the lease as a resident or anything?
No, Your Honor.
Or an occupant?
No.
I don't think he's listed at all, Your Honor.
So is he being asked to leave? I mean, do you need to amend your paperwork?
Do I need to amend, Your Honor?
I'm just, if he's not there under a lease, he's not there under a lease.
That's correct.
So is this a termination of tenancy case for him?
No, we've filed it as a demand for possession. Because there's $4,700 owed under the lease. So our argument.
We're doing a jury trial on this. He's filed a jury demand and you've listed him as a defendant. If we're doing a jury demand, this date's going to be, I'm gonna have to talk to even try and find a jury date. I have criminal jury cases every Friday. And here's what I can't have. I can't have Mr. Phelps and Miss Bailey continuing to live in the property long-term and not paying rent. But I also can't get a jury here on a landlord-tenant docket in the middle of a landlord-tenant docket.
Your Honor, I would ask if we move to a jury trial that he be ordered to pay at least 1 month rent into court escrow.
I agree.
Or maybe ongoing rent that he owes in escrow, because there is no reason. First of all, he shouldn't even be there. He's blocking and tackling. I believe this is fraudulent because that lady is out there. We should look at his record. He's probably constantly doing this to other landlords.
Look, I don't listen. I'm not going to start looking at his record. But listen, Mr. Phelps, you have to put 1 month's rent in escrow at the court.
Arif, tell the court how much the 1 month rent would be.
Yeah, it's $1,625.
$1,625, 1 month's rent needs to go into escrow at the court. So you need to come into the court by Tuesday.
I would need that to be by next Friday, Your Honor.
You have to pay ongoing rent into that account too. So if I give you until April 4th, you're going to have to also pay, you also have to pay this rent for April now.
Yeah, February. He has got rent
But that's
unpaid since
assuming-
February. Actually, since January.
I can't, my court recorder cannot take you down both at the same time. Mr. Phelps, what were you saying?
That's assuming that after I present my evidence, that I would owe half of this, even any of this.
Well,
that's why I'm getting it. That's why.
What is your evidence, sir? What is your defense?
We paid to be somewhere else for 41 days, Your Honor. And I also paid a plumber to come in here before he ever attempted to have a plumber come in here to come into this building. The reason I couldn't pay this man is because I took over. Say again, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I'm taking a 3-minute recess because I've had it and I need a minute.
Dang.
Yeah, she done left. Like, nope. You guys are too much. I'm walking away. They don't stop talking. Like,
she just left the bench. Bye. I'll be back.
This is only the second time I've seen that. The other one was Judge Irochi when he was dealing with the soft sit when he went to get the bailiff to arrest her. But she just said, "No, I've lost control of my courtroom. I'm leaving."
Arif, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me do the talking.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Ron, just so you know, since January, there's past due rent.
That may be true. We're talking right now about escrow payments.
Yep.
The court's going to make him pay escrow for March and April next month, so if he wants to continue with the case. But let me talk to the judge.
Sure.
I mean, she's that close to terminating the hearing.
Oh, she's over it.
Arif, when was the plumber there that you
So I have all the proof.
I understand
Blair
that.
called me. Yeah, Blair called me, and the very
Arif, my
next day she
question
said,
is, when was the plumber there?
"Yeah, I'll give you the date."
Send me the receipts and everything.
Yeah.
Send me the
We
canceled check.
paid $6,000 to the plumber. We have the receipt. We have everything.
You send me the invoice and receipt, and send me the proof of the payment itself, if it was a canceled check or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
That guy lives
As soon
there.
as we were made aware, we
there
took care of it. So this 41-day stuff, I will show you evidence of all the texts with her
Okay.
and with him.
I hear you. Send me the stuff.
Yep. And I'll send you all the receipts we paid the plumber too.
Thank you.
Here she comes.
I'm going to make it crystal clear to all of you before I ask you anything. The next person who talks over another person, especially me, is going to pay $100 for direct contempt. And then the next person who talks over, we can sit here all day and you guys can both owe $2,000 in contempt by the time we're done. Answer my questions. Mr. Phelps, are you telling the court that you had to move out of the house for a prolonged period of time?
Yes.
For what reason? What is your allegation?
There were 3 inches or so of water, sewage water, not to mention, on the floor throughout the whole home. The sink and the both sinks, the double sink and the washroom sink and toilet, all backed up. And
okay. All right. Next question. Did you contact your landlord about that? Or did your daughter contact?
Yes, she contacted him about it, yes.
Did anyone come out on the landlord's behalf to look at the problem and fix the problem?
Not originally.
Okay. Did you have someone come out originally?
Yes, TI Hardware and Sewage, yes.
Did you have to pay a bill for that?
Yes, I have the receipt.
How much?
Paid. $275. $275. They snaked and stuck a camera in the system.
Okay. Why did you have to move out for 41 days for that?
Because my daughter said that he wasn't staying in contact with her, and he didn't feel as though the plumber that let me back up just a second. The guy that he had came out and said, "Hey, this guy thinks you guys tore up his garbage disposer." And he laughed and he said, "This guy does."
All right, I don't need all that. See, this is the problem. I need a direct answer. Was it because the house was too damaged to live in for 41 days?
Yes, there was sewage water throughout the home, throughout the complete home. Yes.
How long has it been since that's been cleared up?
Whose birthday? Lone Wolf, is it your birthday today?
No, it's not my birthday. I heard it was your birthday.
Oh, I think that's right. I think it is my birthday. What's up, KFR?
Around, it was a holiday. It was either Thanksgiving or Christmas. He actually.
So why hasn't any rent been paid since then?
Because I had a problem with all the money that I spent for us to be somewhere else, and I let him know, "Hey, I'm going to work with you."
Do not threaten me with a good time. Oh, BSBT. Yeah, no, you can keep that.
I'm going to try to get this thing done. That's when we should.
But now But now it's the end of March and you've not paid a penny.
Well, a month ago or so, we had an argument in which I didn't think there was anything that we could
Mr.
do.
Phelps, Mr. Phelps, you think you could just live there for free forever? and
No,
not
he
pay
said,
rent?
no, ma'am. He said that he was getting the court involved and that the court would decide. And that's what
All
I
right, well,
agree
I'll
with him.
decide. All right, nobody talk. I'm deciding. You have until April 4th to submit 1625 to the court for escrow. And then every week thereafter, while this case is pending, you have to submit $377 per week.
Okay.
And that money is not necessarily going to him. That money may be returned to you based on my ruling or the jury's ruling, but I'm not going to have, when there's over 3,000 due and owing, it sounds like you have a defense, but I'm not just going to have money accruing on this. And by the time we get a jury trial date, you owe, there's a claim for $10,000. Like, that's not happening. 1625 by April 4th. I'm giving you a few extra days for your paycheck, and thereafter you're to pay $377 every Friday at the court for the escrow account. And then at the end, I'll decide who gets what. Are we clear? Does everybody understand my ruling?
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Phelps and Mr. Ruark, I am going to have to find a day for this jury trial. And I want you to understand that we don't have a lot of jury trial dates. So I'm hopeful that both of you will make the date work. And I have a full expectation that Blair Bailey will be present at the jury trial. Everybody's going to be here, because if I call in residents from our community to sit on a jury trial, we're going.
Understood.
So I will get you a jury trial date. I'll take it down to my civil clerk and we'll figure out a date, and I'll try and get it done within the next 30 to 40 days. But that's the reality of a jury trial. I need to find a day.
Understood, Your Honor. I have one question, Your Honor.
Yes?
If the payments into escrow are not made, what will the penalty be?
We'll have an immediate hearing on it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if the payments aren't made, Mr. Ruark, I don't have time to go downstairs and ask every Friday if the payments aren't made. But if they're not made, I want you to file an emergency motion. It can be 3 sentences long, and we'll get you on the docket immediately, and we'll figure it out then.
Understood.
All right, everyone, have a good day.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. That's it, guys. That's it. That was everything.
Somebody has a question for you, Colin.
I think it's for you. Well, it says hello, everybody.
Yeah.
I'll let you. You can answer that.
Well, Colin asked me today, and I got on today. And I put it in the community post for everybody to see it. But whenever we do them, or he'll be back on my channel, I'll just make sure I put it in the community post. But since the last one that y'all were on here with me, I haven't been on here. This is the first time.
That was a good answer. It says next case because I jumped to the case after this for Debbie Davis. So I wanted her opinion on the $12 case. So that's why it says next case, because that's what's next. So I just jumped ahead. That's why. We can watch this one again.
Oh, the commercial, yes.
Commercial. You know what? I'll let this play. This will be my outro. So I don't have my outro loaded because I'm really good at this. So this will be the outro. Hutch, Lone Wolf, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I do appreciate it. Lone Wolf,
thank you for letting me hang out.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here.
Yep, same here.
I am.
Nice
I
to
do
meet
have-
you, Hutch.
Yeah, same here, Lone Wolf. We
And
have to hook
and
up.
I was distracted when Heather left. I'm sorry I didn't have an opportunity to say goodnight to her when she checked out. So let her know. Peace out.
I will. I will let her know. I do have it set up to radio, Lone Wolf. So you'll have a couple people jump over there.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Yes, nobody can deny.
Thank you for that. I do appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Colin.
Thanks, buddy. Everyone here, Biggin, thank you so much for the raid. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys all for the very generous night, the super chats, the gifted memberships, the membership milestones, the PayPals, the Venmos. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, this is gonna be the outro, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
It was at R7 win. Thank you, Lone Wolf. He said thank us for coming on. Me and you.
Arwin.
Okay.
Oh, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, everyone, for the birthday wishes. All right, we're gonna play this and then dip.
Special appearance. I see it coming. Is in there.
Yeah.
Brian.
Absolutely here by special appearance.
Thank you, guys. Peace out.
State your name.
Douglas McLean.
Mr. McLean, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been charged with 1 count of possession of a stolen shopping cart. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, punishment to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I find there's probable cause for your arrest. Thank you for live.
I forgot to say, yeah, we're gonna go hang out with Lone Wolf, and then we're gonna join Discord. We're gonna have a Discord party tonight. If you guys want to jump over to Discord and have and jump in the voice chat, we'll be there, or at least I'll be there. I might be by myself, but we'll see. All right, now I'm out.
Where do you live?
I live in the age range about 12 miles from here.
Okay, and are you working?
Yeah, I teach in a Mars class.
Okay. All right. What's the prior record, Mr. McLean? Just give me the.
Trespass,
Great.
and 24,
Great.
video Ps, indecent, controlled substance para, 1 FTA.
I'm gonna set a $1,500 bond. Mr. McLean, your next court date's March 28th at 8:30.
Step to your right to the T.
Sir, I went with Terry and Young as an attorney.
Okay, good.
They're the best attorneys in Bay.